Prosecutors arrested Police Lieutenant Park Gwan-cheon, who is believed to have drafted and leaked a highly controversial presidential memo. The second Lotte World Tower is the site of another construction worker's death, as news of water leaks and cracks in the ceilings have plagued the complex since it partially opened to the public. And a new technology could help authorities better detect natural disasters and potentially mitigate the damages they wreak. Hello and welcome to News Today on KBS World. It's Wednesday, December 17th. I'm Luke Claring. We begin with news of the arrest of Police Lieutenant Park Gwan-cheon. He's believed to have drafted a presidential document alleging President Park's former aide was meddling in political affairs. Prosecutors have concluded that Park, who once worked for the top office, leaked the document and circulated it among his colleagues.
Police Superintendent Park Gwan-cheon, who was checked into a hospital in Seoul's Dobong district, was arrested by prosecutors at 11:40 p.m. on Tuesday. He's charged with leaking some 100 presidential documents, including the one about Jeong Yun-hoe, when he returned to the police force in February after working for Cho Eung-chon, presidential secretary for civil service discipline. Prosecutors believe Park leaked the documents, including ones he drafted himself, to the intelligence unit of the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency. A police officer surnamed Han, who belonged to the unit, is then believed to have secretly made copies. Investigators believe an officer surnamed Choi, who committed suicide, leaked these copies to the local daily Segye Times. The prosecution has applied against Park charges of violating the Presidential Records Act and concealing public documents. Prosecutors are known to request a warrant for his detention as soon as they finish further investigation. Investigators will also look into whether Park's immediate boss Cho Eung-chon knew about Park's document leak.
The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport reported former Korean Air executive Cho Eung-chon to the prosecution, deciding to impose penalties of operation suspensions or fines on Korean Air in response to the so-called nut rage controversy. However, many critics say that the ministry's investigation did not go far enough.
The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport confirmed through its investigation that former Korean Air Vice President Cho Eung-chon did indeed scream and verbally abuse flight attendants aboard the plane. The ministry reported Cho to prosecutors for violating the Aviation Security Act, which stipulates that passengers must cooperate with flight operation. As for Korean Air, the government decided to take administrative measures after confirming that the airline had forced flight attendants to make false statements.
운항경지는 21일이 되고요. 과징금은 14억 4천만 원이 됩니다. 50% 범위 내에서 가중하거나 또 가감할 수 있습니다.
The Ministry of Land, Infrastructure and Transport, however, failed to confirm allegations that Cho had assaulted crew members. It was difficult for the summoned flight attendants to tell the truth, because the ministry had summoned crew chief Park Chang-jin, who was kicked off the plane, and other crew members through Korean Air. Moreover, company executives accompanied the witnesses to the government hearing.
회사로 모여라였어요. 지시 아닌 지시를 받는 상황이 진행이 된 거죠.
The inclusion of two former Korean Air employees among the six-member investigation team also gave rise to skepticism over the probe's fairness. The ministry had said immediately after the event that the so-called nut rage incident did not merit an investigation, but belatedly started one after widespread public uproar. The government's apparently inadequate investigation has fueled criticism that the ministry has played spokesman for Korean Air.
A worker died Tuesday at the construction site of the second Lotte World in southeastern Seoul. The Seoul Metropolitan Government has ordered suspended access to the movie theater and aquarium at Lotte World Tower and Lotte World Mall, where water leaks and cracks in the ceiling have been reported since they opened.
The fatal accident took place at the construction site of a concert hall on the 8th floor of the Lotte World Mall. The worker, a 63-year-old surnamed Kim, is believed to have taken a 10-meter fall while removing scaffolding.
철저하게 사고 원인을 파악하고 대책을 마련하고 조속히 수습되도록 같이 작업하신 분이나 목격자가 없어서 지금 원인을 조사 중에 있습니다.
The construction of the second Lotte World has been rife with incidents big and small, including a leak at the aquarium, ceiling cracks, and reported tremors in the theater. Now with the latest worker's death, Seoul City has taken bold action. The Seoul Metropolitan Government has ordered the full suspension of the movie theater and aquarium. Construction will also be halted at the concert hall site where the accident occurred. City authorities will allow construction to resume when preventative measures are found to be in place during special inspections.
왜 이제서야 그렇게 뒤늦게 그렇게 이렇게 대처를 하는 건지 잘 이해가 되질 않죠, 솔직히.
To minimize public jitters and inconvenience, the city government will promptly conduct an inspection, and if potential hazards continue to be detected, officials may even consider rescinding their approval of the tentative opening of the second Lotte World and close it to the public.
We can mitigate the damages wrought by natural disasters with early detection and even predictions. The government is developing technologies that could detect advanced signs of disasters and apply them to key facilities.
Incheon Bridge connects the International Business District in Songdo with Incheon International Airport. This safety diagnosis sensor gives peace of mind to those traveling on the bridge, even when the wind gusts up to typhoon levels of 17 meters per second. The sensor analyzes the bridge's vibration and checks for abnormalities on a real-time basis.
태풍의 영향이든 또는 지진의 영향이든 간에 그 값을 저희가 찾아내서 그 값을 가지고 저희가 분석을 하게 되면 안전성에 영향을 미치는 요소를 저희가 쉽게 찾아낼 수 있습니다.
Intelligent surveillance cameras installed in crime-plagued areas automatically sound out alarms when they capture someone climbing over a wall or assaulting a passerby. Such smart closed-circuit TVs will also be introduced to areas devastated by natural disasters. The cutting-edge surveillance cameras automatically analyze scenes that are hard to distinguish with human eyes. This has made it possible to detect in advance forest fires, floods, and other natural disasters. The government has decided to develop such new technologies that can predict and prevent natural disasters and apply them to key national infrastructure.
Smartphone users are well aware of the compatibility issues between Android and Apple devices. Korean researchers have developed an app-building technology using HTML, the standard markup language used to create web pages, to enable apps that can be used across various platforms.
The most popular mobile applications out on the market typically have two types, one for Android and one for iPhone. That's because the two operating systems, or OSs, use different programming languages, which means an app built for one will not work on the other. However, an app built with HTML, the standard markup language used in websites, fixes this problem, although the drawback is its slow speed. The Korea-based Electronics and Telecommunications Research Institute has resolved the speed issue by developing the world's first HTML web acceleration technology using the Graphics Processing Unit, or GPU. A program created using this technology is 10 times faster in processing 3D graphics and 20 times faster in processing images when compared to the current standard. This speed is retained when applied to mobile apps, regardless of the smartphone model or any other mobile device.
HTML로 되어 있는 언어로 앱을 개발하게 되면 한 번만 개발하면 다양한 곳에 쓸 수 있는 그런 장점이 있다고 말씀드릴 수 있겠습니다.
Also, the number of content developers based on HTML is 4 times that of the Android platform and 8 times that of Apple's iOS, which implies this may have a considerable impact on the industry.
Korean leopards and tigers, once the top predators of the Korean peninsula, were long believed to have disappeared from the region. However, recent sightings continue to feed speculation that leopards may still be found in Korea.
Clear animal footprints were discovered on the sandy beach of the Sam River in Wonju, Gangwon Province in April of last year. Presumed to be from a predator bigger than a wildcat, some claim that they were leopard footprints. However, experts concluded that it was hard to confirm that the animal was a leopard from the footprints alone.
표범의 그런 특징을, 발자국의 특징을 나타내지 않는 발자국도 섞여 있어가지고 사진만 가지고 정확하게 판단하기는 어렵다.
There were so many leopards in Korea in the past that they were often featured in Joseon-era folk paintings. Records also show that 788 leopard skins were used during the Joseon period. However, reckless poaching under the Japanese colonial regime slashed the number of leopards in Korea. The leopard that was captured in the mountains of Haman, South Gyeongsang Province in 1970 is believed to have been the last one in Korea. Currently, about 50 leopards of the Korean lineage are living in the maritime province of Russia.
가능성은 굉장히 낮지 않나 그렇게 생각을 하고 있습니다. 우리 표범이 러시아와 중국, 북한 접경 지역에 살고 있기 때문에 이 표범 개체군이 사라지지 않도록 하는데 우리가 관심을 좀 더 가지자.
Some argue that in order to confirm the existence of Korean leopards, an expert investigation team should be formed and surveillance cameras installed in areas with a high likelihood of leopard spotting, rather than relying on simple tip-offs or eyewitness accounts.
Smartphones are now an essential part of many people's lives. A think tank study shows that South Koreans are spending a daily average of more than 3 hours on their mobile devices, raising serious concerns. Let's take a look.
People have their eyes glued to their smartphones. They're occupied with the gadgets even while walking.
특히 지하철에 사람이 많은 경우에 너무 답답하고 그리고 참기 힘들거든요. 그럴 때 스마트폰으로 웹툰도 보고 그다음에 제 쇼핑도 하고.
A KT Economic Research Institute study shows that South Korean people are spending a daily average of 3 hours and 39 minutes on their smartphones. The figure is up 2.4 times from 2 years ago. By age, those in their 20s spend the most time on their devices at 281 minutes a day. Those who spend the least amount of time on smartphones are those in their 50s at more than 2 hours daily. Of the total usage time, 15% is devoted to surfing the internet, while 85% is for using social networking services or other apps. All of this smartphone use has reduced the time people spend on meditation, relaxation, or reading. Naturally, there are concerns about people's obsession with smartphones and their estrangement from books and newspapers. 25% of South Koreans carry smartphones everywhere they go, and appears that those who overuse them are increasing in number.
With winter vacation approaching, a series of animated films to delight young children and parents alike are set to open at theaters nationwide. That and more on today's entertainment news.
The animated character Pororo, the little penguin, is nicknamed the Kids President for his enormous popularity. This time around, he and his friends set out on an adventure facing off with a lava monster. It is the second big-screen appearance of Pororo, whose popularity stemmed from the animated TV series. 4 other penguins leave Antarctica to save the world from a dangerous villain. The story is told in the 4th and last part of the Penguins of Madagascar series. The previous 3 movies earned approximately $1.8 billion around the world. Main characters of fairy tales from around the world gather for a party, but the youngest dwarf's mistake turns all of them into ice. The 7 dwarfs launch an adventure to save the kingdom. Haro, a member of the Korean idol group B1A4, plays the part of the youngest dwarf in the Korean dubbed version. Actor Sung Hyuk has donated to charity the prize money of over $46,000 he earned in the KBS quiz show 1 vs. 100. His agency said that the actor made the donation to the Gangdong District Office and social welfare organization HALT for unmarried single mothers and young people in need. Singer Psy's year-end concert has been the top-selling show at online ticket reservation site Interpark for 2 straight years. Interpark explained that many fans have built up huge anticipation for his concert, which is widely known to be great fun.
The era of smart devices has made our lives much more convenient, but it has, on the other hand, deteriorated our handwriting skills. It's still important to write legible answers on national exams or college essay tests, so here's more on why handwriting is still important and how to write legibly and beautifully. With the spread of smartphones and computers, handwriting is gradually becoming obsolete. The problem is more serious among young students.
요즘에는 학교 과제나 수행평가를 해야 될 때 컴퓨터를 사용해야 되는 경우가 많더라고요. 그래서인지 학생들이 글씨를 쓸 기회가 많이 줄었고, 그래서인지 실제로 글씨를 더 못 쓰게 되는 것 같더라고요.
It is important to write by hand often, especially for students, because changes take place inside the brain when writing with a pen or pencil. The same sentences were written once on a smartphone and another time with a pen. Then, brain activities were compared. The red markings are seen when the brain is actively engaged and working. Most of them show up when writing with a pen. Cerebral activity figures were also more than twice as high in the handwriting portion of the experiment.
타자를 칠 때는 수동적으로 글을 적는다거나 또 글씨를 생각을 적어 나가는 것 달리 손글씨는 능동적으로 생각을 하다 보니까 뇌 활성 정도가 타자보다는 2배 가까이 크게 증가하는 것을 이 실험 결과 통해서 확인할 수 있었습니다.
An increasing number of grown-ups are coming to private academies to correct their handwriting. Important national exams or job applications require people to write in their own handwriting, so writing neatly is also important for adults as well.
제일 중요한 건 연필 잡는 자세, 그리고 또 몸의 자세가 제일 중요해요.
First, hold the pencil with the tip of your pointer finger aligned with the starting point of the pencil stem. Try to hold the pencil with a relaxed grip. Good posture can help lead to good handwriting. Straighten your back and place your arms in front of you as if you're bowing down.
자세를 바로 하고 이렇게 쭉쭉 나가듯 쓰시면 선이 없는 노트에서도 바르게 쓰실 수 있어요.
Try writing the old-fashioned way rather than typing sometimes, because handwriting can keep your brain more active and even help you better communicate your feelings. And now let's take a look at the markets, followed by the world weather. And that's it for this edition of News Today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye.